From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday honored the 2024 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos, hailing them as the new faces of public service. In a ceremony in Malacañang, the President commended the 10 teachers, soldiers, and police officers for demonstrating what it truly means to be a bagong Pilipino or new Filipino. The 2024 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos were teachers Maria Elia Fabella and Franco Rino Apoyon, professors Dr. Maria Regina Hechanova Alampay and Dr. Decibel Faustino Eslava. Philippine Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Michael Rayanon and Philippine Army or PA Major Ron Villarosa Jr., Philippine Navy Captain Salvador Sambalilo, police officers Staff Sergeant Liena Sol Josefa Jovita, Major Mark Ronan Balmaceda, and Lieutenant Colonel Brian Bernardino were also awarded. Each of the awardees received a 1 million peso cash prize, a golden medallion, and the iconic The Flame Trophy from Metrobank. The chief executive also reminded the awardees to carry their medallions as a reminder of their determination to keep pushing forward as they set a high standard in public service. Likewise, President Marcos urged them to continue being catalysts of change and to inspire the public to follow their example amid emerging global challenges. Let us listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. during the event.
For 39 years, the Metrobank Foundation has been shining a spotlight on Filipinos, the teachers, the soldiers, police officers, whose work strengthens the very foundation of our nation. It is always a privilege to stand here and give credit to those who embody the finest qualities that we aspire for: patriotism, integrity, courage, and social responsibility. Today, we honor 10 outstanding Filipino awardees for going above and beyond in the work that they have done to transform lives and to elevate communities. You are the new faces of public service, dedicated, selfless, and committed to excellence, the living examples of what it truly means to be a bagong Pilipino. Let us give due recognition to the teachers who mold the minds of future generations. We honor Maria Ella Fabella, whose passion for inclusive education has safeguarded the culture of the Samu Bajau community in Zamboanga. Franco Rino Apoyon, Zamboanga Sibugay's cultivator of green education, has shown us that we can teach our youth while empowering them to care for the environment. We recognize Dr. Maria Regina Echanova Alampay, Quezon City's mental health champion, who dedicated her expertise to make mental health information and services more accessible in our country. Dr. Decibel Faustino Eslava from the UPLB, who became a force in environmental stewardship, proving that we can balance development with ecological responsibility. We have our soldiers. No media, no medal, no accolade could fully capture the sacrifice that they have made to secure our safety and our freedom. We salute Staff Sergeant Michael Rayanon, who led his team in implementing development projects in Palawan, significantly contributing to the declaration of the province as insurgency-free. There is Major Ron Villarosa Jr., who reshaped peace building in Bangsamoro, proving that even in the most conflict-stricken areas, peace is possible. Captain Salvador Sambalilo digitally transformed the systems of the Philippine Navy for an enhanced service delivery. Our police officers too have faced trials that many of us could not even imagine. Police Staff Sergeant Lena Sol Josefa Jovita has worked tirelessly as Cagayan de Oro's community care advocate, specifically for the rights of women and of children. Police Major Mark Ronan Balmaceda has fought relentlessly for the liberty and integrity in Marawi City and the police organization, while Police Lieutenant Colonel Brian Bernardino has been at the front line of countering extremism in Sultan Kudarat, preventing the recruitment of our youth into radical groups. These honors are a testament to the remarkable heights each of you has reached, whether you are educating our young, defending our borders, keeping our communities safe. You have gone beyond what is ordinary. And for that, you deserve nothing less than our highest admiration. As you wear these medallions, carry them as a reminder of your determination to keep pushing forward. You have set a high standard, and I know you will continue to surpass it. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the Metrobank Foundation and its partners for honoring Filipino exemplary public servants. Be assured that we stand with you in this mission to uplift those who make Bagong Pilipinas possible. To our awardees, continue to be the catalysts of change when you go back now to your communities. Challenge them to dream bigger, to aspire higher, to take action with the same fervor that you have demonstrated, especially now. Typhoons or storms are made stronger because of climate change, and the challenges become even harder to deal with. We need more people like you, innovative, selfless, socially responsible. This is what I've always seen in Filipinos. We never get tired of helping others. As we look into the future, let us dream of progress and be relentless in our pursuit of it. The journey ahead may be long and it may be winding, but with your unwavering commitment, we will forge a path where our nation rises and flourishes, standing tall, proud, among the greats of the world. Together, let's write the next chapter of our history, the Bagong Pilipinas filled with promise, with hope, and the undeniable spirit of the Filipino. Congratulations to our 2024 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos. Maraming salamat sa inyong serbisyo. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Mabuhay ang Bagong Pilipinas.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday afternoon reaffirmed the government's commitment to achieving zero hunger for Filipinos as it joined hands with international partners for the Enhanced Partnership Against Hunger and Poverty, or EPAP. Speaking at the presentation of the signed EPAP Joint Memorandum Circular, or JMC, on Monday in Malacañang, the President renewed his administration's goal of eradicating hunger and alleviating poverty. In light of this commitment, the Chief Executive directed all government agencies and urged local government units, or LGUs, to support the EPAP for an accelerated approach to achieving zero hunger, food and nutrition security, and sustainable agriculture. With the signing of the APAP JMC, 34 partners from national agencies to international organizations committed to realizing zero hunger in the Philippines. President Marcos said engaging more partners to supply food items under the Supplementary Feeding Program, or SFP, which underscores a partnership that goes beyond business. It is a true lifeline for our farmers and for our communities. The EPAP program, one of the banner programs of the Task Force on Zero Hunger, is a collaborative initiative of multiple government agencies aiming to institutionalize efforts to mitigate hunger and promote food and nutrition security by linking community-based organizations or CBOs to prospective markets, as well as providing credit assistance to support food production, processing, and distribution. President Marcos Jr. thanked all program partners for their significant contributions to the initiative's success. Let us listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. during the event.
Today we seal a very significant commitment that moves us closer to achieving our vision of a hunger-free nation. Here at the presentation of the signed Enhanced Partnership Against Hunger and Poverty, or EPAP, Joint Memorandum Circular, we gather to renew a promise that no Filipino should go to bed hungry and that no community will be overlooked in our fight against poverty. This partnership started in 2016 when the DSWD, the DA, and the DAR united to launch the Partnership Against Hunger and Poverty. This program was expanded in 2019, becoming what we now call EPAP. This year, we directed all government agencies and encouraged all local government units to support its implementation to bolster our efforts towards zero hunger, food and nutrition security, and sustainable agriculture. Through this, we can improve farm productivity, link farmers, fisherfolk, other food producers to larger markets, provide secure income, ensuring that our children, our mothers, our most vulnerable, have access to nutritious food. Recently, I learned of the heartfelt sentiments of various federations of Sustainable Livelihood Program Associations, or SLPAs, in Davao de Oro. Their gratitude towards the DSWD and our local government units for tapping them to supply food items under the Supplementary Feeding Program, which underscores a partnership that goes beyond business. It is a true lifeline for our farmers and for our communities. As we nurture this opportunity provided by this partnership, we unlock the potential to rise above poverty, particularly for our hardworking farmers. With the signing of this joint memorandum circular, we are bringing in a coalition of 34 partners, from national agencies to international organizations, each one committed to making zero hunger a reality in the Philippines. We are also setting the guidelines for the adoption and implementation of the EPAP program by national and local governments, as well as partners to harmonize programs, projects, and activities under this initiative. At the core of this partnership lies our approach. We provide credit and insurance assistance and directly connect community-based organizations, or CBOs, to government feeding programs and to broader markets. As of May 2024, by strengthening CBOs, we have generated more than 200 million pesos worth of sales and contracts between 122 CBOs and government feeding programs. With the digital mapping system developed with the technical support from the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, we are leveraging technology to link these organizations with prospective markets, such as the DSWD feeding programs. Additionally, we will form a 14-member EPAP steering committee chaired by the Secretary of DSWD, ensuring necessary leadership, coordination, and accountability are in place, as well as the continuous and effective implementation of all the measures under EPAP. To guarantee that we stay on track, transparency and accountability must remain paramount. Hence, the quarterly monitoring and evaluation of the program will be useful to ensure that resources are being used for activities that will achieve our intended goals for EPAP. To all our partners in this program, government agencies, financial institutions, international partners, local officials, our partners in the private sector, in civil society organizations, thank you. Your support is vital to the success of this endeavor. We have yet to achieve zero hunger, but your dedication to this mission assures me that we are all united in this effort, ready to build a better nation for all, especially for those who need it the most. Sa sama-sama nating pagkikilos, darating din ang kinabukasan kung saan ang gutom ay isang malayong alaala na lamang. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine Department of National Defense or DND Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr., also the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council or NDRRMC Chair, on Monday called for the immediate implementation of forced and mandatory evacuations in areas identified as high risk due to possible adverse effects of severe tropical storm Leon. In response to the directives, the Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, swiftly issued a memorandum directing all local government units, or LGUs, to comply with the order. Secretary Chodoro also emphasized the importance of proactive measures as several towns and cities in the Bicol region remain underwater. Local chief executives must execute forced evacuations as necessary in accordance with Republic Act or RA 10121 or the Philippine Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Act and the Local Government Code, ensuring that residents in high-risk areas promptly relocate to designated evacuation centers or safe areas. Meanwhile, Office of Civil Defense or OCD Administrator Undersecretary Ariel Nepomuceno said, the order came as the national government intensifies efforts to assist those affected by severe tropical storm Christine. During a press briefing at the OCD Operations Center in Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City, Nepomuceno said family food packs, hygiene kits, and other aid have been sent to over 46,711 families in Region 1 or the Ilocos region, along with support for 34,600 families in Region 2 or Cagayan Valley and 86,600 families in Calabarzon. In Region 5 or the Bicol region, he reported that approximately 5 million pesos worth of assistance has been dispatched to typhoon victims, while over 62 families in Region 6 or the Western Visayas have also received aid. However, in Region 8 or the Eastern Visayas, only 30% of the 107,804 families in need have received assistance.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippine Air Force, or PAF, continues to deliver aid to those affected by the recent severe tropical storm Christine. This includes the use of the presidential chopper to deliver much-needed assistance to those affected by the storm. 2 Bell 412 helicopters and 1 Black Hawk from the Air Force was used in collaboration with the 250th Presidential Airlift Wing. The Air Force particularly went to Bula in Camarines Sur Province and Libon in Albay Province, as delivering aid to the said areas cannot be done by land due to the effects of the storm. Around 300 boxes of relief goods was airlifted, especially to isolated communities that needed immediate help.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meanwhile, the Philippine government on Monday assured that relief efforts continue despite challenges to reach some communities ravaged by severe tropical storm Christine, as 13 national roads remain not passable. The Presidential Communications Office, or PCO, said relief, rescue, and rehabilitation efforts are non-stop. The challenge, however, is that some areas are still flooded. In a press briefing, Office of Civil Defense, or OCD, Undersecretary Ariel Nepomuceno said, the easiest way of delivering the relief goods are through land transport, and that the challenge is rubber boats are needed in order to reach some households. Nepomuceno added that relief goods transported via air are using the Bicol International Airport. In the same press briefing, Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan said, the master plan for the Bicol River Basic Flood Control Project was completed in July. Bonoan added that they are collaborating with the Korean government for the detailed engineering designs, which are expected to start next year, and the civil works in 2026. He said the South Korean government would finance the project with a soft loan from its official development assistance. Bonoan said President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has directed him to immediately work on the project, which has an estimated cost of 170 billion pesos.
Dateline Malacañang.
In other news, Malacañang on Monday clarified that there's no truth to the statement of former President Rodrigo Duterte that crime in the Philippines remain rampant. According to Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, based on data from the Philippine National Police, or PNP, a significant drop in crime figures was recorded in the country. In a statement, Bersamin said, the government has achieved stability and maintained peace and order in the country without foregoing due process nor setting aside the basic human rights of any Filipino. The incident, Bersamin added, that the former president cited of a drug raid in San Miguel, Manila, is based on outdated information. Executive Secretary Bersamin said, in that specific case, one suspect was arrested. Drug paraphernalia was seized, and his partner is now being pursued by law enforcement. Bersamin said this is just one of the examples that proves the country is safe, the public is more secure, and Filipinos have a better future under the leadership of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
The World Bank praised the Philippines for successfully accomplishing job creation and poverty reduction in the country. In a meeting with Department of Finance, or DOF Secretary Ralph Recto, and World Bank Group Managing Director of Operations Ana Bierde, discussed was the rapid economic growth of the country, wherein the country achieved a 4% reduction in unemployment rate. According to Bierde, the perseverance of the Philippine government to cover gender inclusion in finance, social protection programs, and digitalization is praiseworthy. The World Bank official also recognized the Philippine leadership in disaster response as the first country to sign the Rapid Response Option Agreement in the multilateral organization, wherein it was followed by 25 other countries. Bierde added, the World Bank is set to launch a high-level advisory council that the Philippines will benefit from in order to improve its job market.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meanwhile, Philippine Department of Finance or DOF Secretary Ralph Recto and Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP Governor Eli Remolona met with high-ranking officials of international credit rating agencies. Economic managers gave updates on the country's continuing economic growth and plans for fiscal consolidation. The meeting also aims to promote the Philippines' target of improving its credit rating. Currently, the Philippines has a high credit rating from Fitch of BBB, Moody's with Baa2 rating, and from the S&P also with BBB rating, which shows the high trust in the country's policies in the economy and finance. According to the DOF, a high credit rating is important because this will enable the Philippines to have easier access to cheaper financing from development partners and the international capital market, attract foreign investors, access to fund infrastructure and socio-economic projects, job opportunities, and poverty reduction. The meeting was held simultaneously with the annual meeting of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, the United States announced that it is providing $8 million or about 450 million pesos in new funding to support the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG. The funds will aid in modernizing the PCG infrastructure, enhancement, training program development, resource acquisition, and management planning. The funding was announced during a third maritime dialogue on October 24th, where the Philippines and the U.S. discussed shared commitment to strengthening compliance with international law as reflected in the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea or UNCLOS. The dialogue also addressed climate change impacts, illegal fishing, and the importance of continued coordination on maritime law enforcement. Launched in 2022, the Maritime Dialogue serves as a platform for the Philippines and the U.S. to address shared maritime challenges and deepen operational coordination.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radyo Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service is heard over the following shortwave frequencies: 15.640 MHz, 17.820 MHz, and 12.010 MHz. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.